are a Bitcoin and Lightning Network focused software development company. Um, I'm the director, but I also do projects in my spare time, which is what we're looking at right now. Um, yeah, so we've been in Bitcoin for a long time. About the company's been around for about 10 years, and I've been with our company for about 4. So that's a little bit about us and me. And I'm a huge Pleb Lab enthusiast. I've been doing all the courses as soon as they come out. And I was
Thank
just
you,
telling
Eric.
you, Car. Yeah, of course. And so this is super exciting for me. So I'm just happy to be here. Happy to talk to y'all. And yeah, I hope that shows because it's true. So that's a little bit about me. Our project's called Bitcoin Mastermind. It's a WordPress plugin. So WordPress is a content management system. It's the most popular one. Um, the last time I checked the figures, the statistics were that WordPress sites make up approximately 40% of the internet. So it's an extremely popular content management system. And what we designed and built is a plugin for WordPress to allow site operators to easily configure things like quizzes and surveys on their sites. We target places like Bitcoin education sites that want to do a quiz after you've done their course. We also work with like Bitcoin companies that want to do surveys to get user feedback. And the idea is we incentivize these surveys and quizzes by sending tiny amounts of Bitcoin, by sending Satoshis to users essentially. So the UX is really simple from the user perspective. You just enter a Lightning address, and I've talked to so many people now who like don't realize they have one. But if you have like, for example, if you have Fountain FM, if you have Albi Wallet, if you have Wallet of Satoshi, if you have a Strike wallet, if you have a Stacker News account, you have a Lightning address. It's just a matter of getting in there and finding it. Um, so yeah, anybody with any of those can. Oh, and there's tons of other wallets that do Lightning addresses too. That's just off the top of my head, but I think a lot of people don't realize they have a Lightning address. It looks like an email, and it just makes Lightning super easy. So the goal of our plugin is just to make this absolutely dead easy. Enter your Lightning address, fill out a quiz or a survey, get Bitcoin rewards. So that's from the user point of view. From the site operator point of view, again, the goal is to make this super easy. We're trying to bring Bitcoin and the Lightning Network to like everybody. So not to make it too technical, to make it just a couple of clicks install and configuration. And yeah, I think that probably is the 1 minute summary of who I am and what we're trying to do. Car, do you have any questions about that?
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you for explaining that. I think there's a lot of people out there that use WordPress on a daily basis. That bloggers, content creators, and all sorts of businesses, right? And you potentially with Bitcoin Mastermind is giving them a window or even a low lift to onboarding Bitcoin into their business. It's very similar to a lot of what these companies are doing. It's just like finding them where they're at. Can you talk about kind of why you show us this, like why you've taken that approach as opposed to taking a more, dare I say, forceful approach, right?
Yeah, cool. So I think for me, the idea was I just see demand out there, right? Like, well, the most popular Bitcoin and Lightning applications in that. So I'm biased, right? That I like and that I use daily, and the people I talk to use daily are these ones that have like little circular economies built into them. So we talk about circular economies. Usually we talk about things like El Sonte or Bitcoin Beach in El Salvador or Bitcoin Jungle in Costa Rica, but really electronically we create circular economies too. So just to provide those like some examples, like places like Stacker News where you can earn sats for posting, and then you can boost people who do post. Those create like little circular. Oh, Nostr is a huge example. I don't know why I didn't say that at the start. But Nostr is a huge example, right? Like you can get zapped for posting, and then you zap. So you kind of like you have these like circular economies where it's just easy and rewarding to use Bitcoin. I think the more businesses can tap into that, like getting their users rewards, getting engagement by sending people Bitcoin, making it easy and fun. Like it's better off for everybody. So we get people interested, and we keep them interested just by making it easy and fun.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. I think a lot of us, myself included, back in 21, we kind of thought like we were gonna bring this circular economy to our cities and our towns and all these other places, and have quickly realized like, no, it's actually going to happen online first, and then maybe we'll see something really interesting come out of that. I know Stacker News is doing like the territory stuff, and I think what you're doing is in that kind of same vein, because let's say you get them in with a quiz, and then next thing you know, like who knows what this can turn into on as far as like WordPress users and how that could potentially catch fire, right? Like, can you talk about like how big that market is and kind of your approach to entering it?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so WordPress as a market is humongous. So most people with a blog site, or most people with a most content producers, content creators, their sites will almost certainly be running on WordPress. There are definitely there are definitely more, but this is just by far the most popular. Um, and a lot of e-commerce. So like the WordPress WooCommerce um, like tech stack is just huge. Like um, there's so many like small and medium-sized e-commerce shops, essentially online shops that they use this tech stack. That yeah, the market's just enormous. So if we make it easy for people, and if we make it easy for site operators and easy for their users, I think everything just like we expand the reach of Bitcoin enormously, right? Hopefully, like the goal always to be like kind of expanding Bitcoin to more and more people, and more businesses. That's why Velas started, and that's what we're passionate about. So that's kind of what drives this project.
Yeah, totally. I think it's really cool. So show us what you got built here. I see there's a big trailer at the top. Talk to us about what you got going on here.
Okay, cool. I think basically a couple of things to show you all. I want to show you all how these quizzes and surveys look from the point of view of a user, because I think that's going to help me explain what this project is more than like I ever could in words, because it's just not my specialty. So we're gonna just I'm gonna run through these from the point of view of how it looks as a user, and then I've got a couple of like back end setups, so I can show you all what it looks like from the point of view of a site operator too. Like for example, I don't know, Car, you had a WordPress website. You wanted to know what your users thought about your latest post, like how do you do that using this software? So cool. If that makes sense, I'll go through this.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So I'm showing you right now this website called surveystats.com. This is integration we did for Dirty Coin the movie, which is a movie about currently in post production, I believe, like targeting an April release, and it's all about Bitcoin mining, its impacts on the environment, and like its benefits to like and the trade offs in its benefits to society. So
Hmm.
like so it's pretty cool site. So I figure I'd plug the site at the same time. This is probably like our most visible implementation to date. So Dirty Coin the movie. You can go to surveystats.com. It's got a link to the website. You can watch the trailer here. But they wanted to gather user feedback. So a little bit of demographic graphic information, what you know about Bitcoin mining, etc. And yeah, so I think as we go through the questions, you'll probably see that. User goes to the site. Let me just refresh it. When the user goes to the site, you'll see a modal pops up that tells them the rules. So you got to enter a Bitcoin Lightning address to get rewards. It's got a link to where you can get a Bitcoin Lightning address if you don't have one. I think, yeah, it's getting really easy. You can do Zebedee. I didn't mention Zebedee. They're another awesome example of places super easy to get a Bitcoin Lightning address.
Yeah.
Um, each answer gets you 10 Satoshis. Again, I think probably everybody watching this live stream knows, but that's a tiny fraction of a Bitcoin. Um, and yeah, if something goes wrong, this is configurable by the site operator. You can give people X amount of tries per Lightning address. I've got it set right now to 2 because I've tested this 1,000 times and all the Lightning addresses I have have been used. So I'll reset that for them when it's done. But But
Okay.
so for quizzes, rewards are based on correct answers. And this is a survey, so it doesn't really apply. So I'm going to fill in my Lightning address here. There we go. And I'll save that. And this better work on live demo. Okay, so what's my age? Shouldn't tell, but 40s. Where am I located? I'm in Puerto Rico, so I don't know which one of those this is. I'm going to go North America. Are you aware of intellectual concerns associated with Bitcoin mining? Yes. What do I think about that? I think we should pay attention. What is your favorite genre of movie to watch? I think you could probably tell like this movie wants to like know something about their
Oh.
users, about the people interested. Where do you most often hear about the movies you want to see? For me, that's from friends and family. Select the app you check most daily. And for me, that's X. Soon it'll be Nostr, but for now it's X.
Uh-huh.
Um, and do you know that Dirty Coin is a feature about Bitcoin documentary? When did I hear about this? And that's when Alana started this all the way back in 2022.
Oh wow.
Would I use Bitcoin to buy movie tickets? Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And then we'll put in my email. All right, so I filled out our little quiz here. I'm going to click finish,
Uh-huh.
and if everything goes according to plan, we should see a little pop-up come up here
Okay.
that will send me rewards. Now, I
So
know
what is
this
it
is going to
doing right
happen.
now? What is it doing right now, Eric?
So I don't know why it's not happening right now on our screen share. Of course, this happens. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's just going slow because oh, I use my Lightning address over and over again. Let me try another one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I swear this works every time until I'm on a live stream. So there you go.
No, it's okay.
Let's save this, and I'll explain to you the
Because you've
process.
just been
So
testing with yours and everybody else's, right? So
yeah,
you probably
exactly.
have like I would imagine you probably have like a limit on what you
I
could
do.
do and
I've got it
stuff.
set to 2.
Okay.
Hey, Car. So if you have a Lightning address with
Yeah,
GetAlby,
just put PlebLab at Stacker News.
Stacker News is tricky. I think their node's down today. I was having
Okay.
problems with it.
You could do PlebLab at Zebedee
Let's
dot.
go
I think it's Zebedee.gg. I think. I think that's what.
cbd.gg, right?
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Yeah. We also have a GetAlby one too.
Oh, what's the GetAlby? Let's do that. I know that one will work.
Yeah, it's just PlebLab at GetAlby. Yep.
GetAlby.
We got all these early, so we're lucky.
Nice.
We're very lucky, yeah.
All right, let's send PlebLab some sets.
Woohoo!
Car, we're going to say you're in your 30s and you're in North America.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the questions, so let's just finish this.
Okay. Calculated rewards.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
There you go.
wow. Nice. Thanks. Let me see if I got it on my GetAlby. Let me check here.
Go
Where am
for it,
I
man.
at here? Let me check. Where's my Chrome open? Let's see. Let me move this down here. Give me a second.
No worries,
I'm
man.
checking right now, ladies and gentlemen. And PlebLab at GetAlby has, oh, yep, just received 30 sats. Can you believe
All
it?
right, cool.
Yeah,
So
it
if
works.
it works. So if you're not trying to milk it by repeat sending your Lightning address, then then it works.
That's
So let
awesome.
me put that down to one. I'm going to put that back down to one try per Lightning address here, and save that so I don't get Alana's survey farmed. So there we go. That's saved. Um, okay, so
So,
what's this doing in the back end?
yeah.
Trying to show that like a little bit of education to users through our interface too. So basically, it calculates the rewards based on our answers. It takes your Lightning address, and the way Lightning addresses work is basically through LNURL. So when you hit a Lightning address, which is like a very specific URL, uniform resource locator link, like this basically. This is a URL. When
Mm-hmm.
a Lightning address is basically like, hey, this is the URL I'm at. I'm PlebLab at getalby.com. When our software looks at PlebLab at getalby.com, we know exactly where to look for your LN URL pay link. It takes that LN URL pay link, and it uses it to generate a Bolt 11 invoice, which is kind of like the basis for how the Lightning Network works.
Hmm.
Um, and then our software is connected to either BTC Pay server, or in my case, it's connected to my GetAlby account,
Okay.
and it sends the reward to that to you, essentially, like a little bit of a process, but it all happens in the back end. And if it's
Nice.
successful, it gives you this little message.
And so where can people go to like create their own survey? Can they do that now, Eric? Or
Okay, for sure. So we are like into beta testing. I actually like kind of funny anecdote. Like sometimes on Nostr, I feel like I'm kind of shouting into the wind. I don't know. I don't know if y'all ever feel like that, but
totally.
I actually met a lady who's like right now testing this out for herself because she saw our posts on Nostr. So we're officially in, like, users are testing this. Let me show y'all where this is. So I'll go to my GitHub. HD quiz Bitcoin rewards, and in the issues, the GitHub issues for PlebLab, I'm positive we have this link somewhere. There we go.
Oh,
So
cool.
you go here to the GitHub. You basically, all you need to do is download the code. I've already got it here. I'll just call it, okay, it's one. Save that. And then it's ready for upload on any WordPress site.
Wow.
So, so yeah, you just go to your WordPress. This is why I wanted to show you all the backend. So
This
let
is
me,
cool.
thanks, man. So if y'all are familiar with WordPress, this is the WordPress backend. This is where you, like, make new pages, or change the appearance of your page. Change
Easiest
it.
thing to get set up, I would say, for people listening. Like you go to WordPress.com, pay like $5 if they still do that, or you could just spin up your own. But WordPress is so easy.
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
WordPress.com will give you a free one if you don't mind
Yeah.
it being like some kind of backslash backslash WordPress.com backslash
Hmm.
PlebLab top builder or something like that. I
Yeah.
think you can actually get one for free. But
Yeah.
for sure, it's pretty easy. Eh? Like, WordPress is so well supported that, like, you can set up WordPress in a few clicks. Um,
It's amazing.
yeah. So hey, let me. I'm on our test site now, so I'm just going to totally delete this thing for fun. Cause Carl, do we have a full more 15 more minutes?
Yeah, we have like 13 more minutes, or if we got to go over, we can. However you want to do
Okay.
it.
Now I want to respect your time and everybody's time. I got if I got 13 more minutes, I can delete this totally and show you how, like, how to
Yeah, let's
install it,
let's do it.
or fail at installing it, and then y'all can laugh at me. So,
Nah, I'm
all
sure
right.
it'll work.
So I'm going to go to plugins. I'm going to deactivate our plugin and delete it.
Wow.
All right. And I will install a new one.
What's the
Which is,
plugin situation right now in the WordPress world? Is there a lot of Lightning and Bitcoin plugins,
you
Eric?
know, I don't think there are, but the ones that are super cool. The one I'm most familiar with and, like, love and have used on two sites now is one by Albi called Lightning Publisher. And,
Oh,
like,
cool.
I can't recommend that one enough. It's super cool. You can add paywalls to all your stuff, and just, you know, like, super easy. So if you want your users to, like, pay Lightning to read a blog post, or
Wow.
see your awesome meme collection, or
Yeah,
whatever you
that's really
got.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
download that and this one, Bitcoin Mastermind, and then you'll have two great plugins.
well, see, this is the cool thing, right? Like, if you do that, right? Like, you essentially make so just with a couple of WordPress plugins, you kind of make your own little circular economy, right? You can reward your users in sats, and then they can spend those sats on your content. So,
Yeah, it'd be perfect for a WordPress community page of a sort, right?
right.
It's really
So, like,
cool.
for example, this site here, this is one of, like, our favorite sites that we've made. This is a mate of mine, Julio, in Chicago,
Hmm.
part of Chicago Bit Devs. So I'll give a shout out to Julio. But he's got this connected through the Albi WordPress publisher, and that's how you can zap him sets. So
Wow, that's cool.
I've got it connected to our Bitcoin Mastermind account. So I'm not going to break up my accounting here, but yes,
Yeah.
you can zap his news. You can check out his resources. And anyway, it's just inspiration for y'all, and a shout out to Julio. But
Shout out Julio.
okay, as far as Bitcoin and Lightning plugins, I've actually like I would hope that there will soon be more because I don't think there are that many. Part of the reason why we're doing this. Yeah. So I'm gonna upload this, and you all can see this is the one I just downloaded. HT Quiz Bitcoin Rewards main. Open that and install,
Yeah.
and we'll activate it. Okay, and that
And then
seemed to
there it
activate.
goes. And then it shows up on the left side, Eric?
Yeah, it shows up on the left side. So this is kind of your access panel to everything you need to configure in here. You can configure and make quizzes. You can see about us. It's also where you can configure your social media shares and that sort of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I should have showed you all that. Is that still up? It is. Let's close. And like another kind of handy thing for most creators is like you can share this on social media.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Thanks,
It
man.
just shows up right there.
And this is where I got lost. This is where you
Oh, this is where you make the quizzes.
this is where this is where you make the quizzes. I was getting lost in here. This is where you configure the social media. It gets
And
pretty
then
straightforward.
if you want it, do you have to load up the sats? Would that where do you load up the sats at?
All right, let's check that out. So here we're going to go into Bitcoin settings and rewards, and we will go into settings. And we have two options currently. You can either enter a BTC Pay server details, so API key, store ID, and the URL of your BTC Pay server. I especially recommend that for testnet. You know, getting everything ready, showing it to your like users, friends, family, whoever you can beg, borrow, steal to use your stuff before it goes live. So you can configure through BTC Pay server, and then you can also configure through Alby. So this is already pre-filled for you because this is unless you're going to try testnet with Alby, this is the endpoint. And then you get an access token. So yeah, it's just a couple of clicks to get an Alby access token.
That's cool.
And then let me show you. And then it's this is our account now, and it's configured through there. So that's what's sending the rewards.
Nice. And for anybody listening at home or watching, you can get like a BTC Pay server from Voltage if you wanted to, or you can spin one up yourself. They're really inexpensive to do. This is awesome.
Thanks, man.
This is awesome. I didn't realize you already had all this created as far as like all the splits and yeah, that's interesting. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So that's another thing. So we don't actually charge anything to anybody for downloading and using this plugin. We don't have like add-ons or premium versions. We just wanted to make a cool tool for the community, and to like fund the maintenance of that tool, we just send a tiny amount of Satoshis based on the reward to like our Lightning address essentially. And
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's
you give them like if you give them like 30 Satoshis, you get 2 Satoshis basically. That's fair.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So I hope so because you know, maintaining this software, it comes at like a high price in time basically. And yeah, I think it benefits the community to have well maintained, well funded software. So, and this is totally free, like free and open source too. So like, if you wanted to just fork this and change that Lightning address, like remove that Lightning address, you can totally do it. You just download this code, remove that part, and it's 100% free.
So we actually have a question, Eric. This is the first question we've had.
Okay.
So looks like we got Kisa. Hey, Kisa, I remember you. She was visiting PlebLab not too long ago. She says, "Do you have a geyser fund?"
No, no. Yeah, again, we're like not really looking for donations or anything like that. Just usage. If y'all like think this is cool, yeah, use the plugin, take the quizzes and surveys, and we'll maintain it like that. So
Yeah, I think Kisa, she does. I don't know if you've met her, Eric, but she was around PlebLab during BitBlock Boom last year, and I think I've seen her at a couple other conferences. But she does education stuff, so this is like totally within her wheelhouse. So
well,
really
hey,
cool.
if she's or any of your viewers are interested, like just like hit me up because we're in beta testing. We're happy to like walk people through the installation. Um, even
Yeah, she
like
said she will use it. She just
awesome.
posted. Yeah, cool.
Okay, so yeah, let us know. We're in beta. This is brand new software. We are like really hungry for feedback from people exactly like her. So yeah,
Yeah,
and thank you for the question.
yeah. And Eric, tell us where they can do that, where they can reach you at, and all that, where they can reach out to you at. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got a Twitter account. So we're at Velis Commerce. You can just email me, which is probably the best, like, kind of old school. So just email me, Eric, ERIK, at velascommerce.com. Velis is like the Spanish word for sales. Let me show y'all here.
Yeah, show us.
So this is us. So you could just email me at Velis Commerce, Eric at velascommerce.com, ERIK at velascommerce.com. And that's like, I think you can get a hold of me through this GitHub page too. So yeah,
Awesome.
just
There you
like
go.
reach out. Yeah, we're super eager for feedback. I posted a survey like to ask people what they thought about it, and like it ran me out of sats so fast that it's like it's not
Yeah,
live anymore. But yeah.
this is great. Okay, so let's switch gears. Tell us about your experience with Top Builder. Has it helped at all? Have you gotten farther than you thought you would have with Bitcoin Mastermind? All those things.
Okay, the answer to all those questions is yes, and for various reasons. So like my experience with Top Builder, so I guess my experience with Top Builder is not a yes or no question, but it has been a very positive experience. So I have just like been continuously amazed by the projects that are a part of this competition. Like we get on these calls and these Twitter spaces and stuff, and I listen to these people talk about the stuff they're making, and it's just amazing. Hey, they're like that we could be a part of that and kind of like benefit from like the other projects, right? Like best one of the best things I think has happened as part of this Top Builder seems like a minor detail, but I was thinking about what to do for round two, and one of the devs on the call was like, Eric, are you sure that like might be a mistake? Like it's a little bit of scope creep, and you've got like 11 days. Like why don't you focus more on what you're actually trying to do? And like I think, I mean, if we make it to round three, that's going to be one of the reasons. Um, uh,
Yeah.
and then also just like the mentoring, like from UCAR, and then especially like
Yeah.
Moritz from Albi has been so helpful. Like I wouldn't have come up with this monetization idea without them. Um, and listening to the is her name Karina from Slice? Um,
Yeah. Dorina. Yeah, Dorina.
Darina, like
Yeah.
she's like inspiring. Hey, the mentors you all have managed to pull together for this are just awesome. So I'm kind of blabbering. Anyway, it's been a super positive experience, and it's been a huge push for me too because this is like a basement and weekend project for me. I've got our software development company that is very much a full-time job. This is a project I was doing for love, and like just like really lucky to find this Top Builder competition because it gave me the push to get this going faster. And I also brought in one of our devs to help me work on this. His name's Sood. He's like
Nice.
super inspired by this competition, and like he's also got like this competitive drive. I know you have a car, and like I just don't have. So that's been really helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, we're super competitive here at PlebLab. Not only with each other, but just like with people we don't know. It's the weirdest thing. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I'd always say just for me on my side, Eric, you are like I always say this all the time, but every time you come into a call or into anything, you just bring a vibrancy in the room, and you just kind of you're always the first one to talk. You're like, hey, I'll talk, and you just start going, and then it gets conversation stirred. So that's one thing I like about what you bring to all of our calls and everything is just you're ready to get your hands in there and start, be either just giving feedback, asking for feedback, or initiating the first conversation of I appreciate that about you. It's kind of a bummer too, because like, as we move forward and everything like that, like some of the other people that were in the first round, I don't no longer see them as weekly. And now that we kind of like the second round, like, it's going to go to the third round, and it's going to be tough not to be able to see these people on a weekly basis anymore and be like, oh, how's everything going? You know what I mean? Because I feel like that definitely bond has happened over the course of like a month and a half or whatever. So
Yeah, me too. I was like, I don't know about you all, but I was really surprised by both the quantity and quality of the people who were part of this top builder program. And we're just blessed to have made it so far. And like some of the projects that did not make round two, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Hey, they were so cool. And like the people working on them were so talented and inspiring. Like, I mean, I know it's got to be hard to choose. So it's like, hey, it's like,
yeah.
I've met so many people who are building so much cool stuff I didn't know about because of this. Like, this has been awesome for us.
Yeah, and I think also too we have this Pleb Lab community chat. We use Slack, and in there you can leverage a lot of people in there. There's a lot of talented people from all sorts of backgrounds, and that's what I like the best about it is we're all in there. You know what I might end up doing is just maybe like once a week just have like a Pleb Lab community chat, and then just invite everybody to come in and share their. So I might continue to do that, but that'll be just to the broad Pleb Lab community, just because I enjoy like hearing, because you never know who's going to pop in there and like, so we might continue to do that afterwards just because I love hearing about all this cool stuff that everybody's building from afar. And especially if we can help them, right. So.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. For those of us, I mean, this is a live stream, so they could be listening from anywhere in the world. Like we're in Puerto Rico, you guys are in Austin, Texas. Like, yeah, for us to be a part of this, like, I know y'all got teams from Africa, from all over from Mexico City, I think, right? Like,
yeah, we've had people from all over the world, which is kind of interesting. I did not expect this to translate. Like everything that you see inside a top builder is what we do inside the lab. Like this is all normal things that we do inside the lab. So I did not expect this to translate into an online thing. And that was been the most shocking thing for me. It was like, oh, it actually, not only does it translate, but it actually could lead to these projects. Cause people had always said you should do an online thing. And I was like, I don't even know how. And then it wasn't until I came up with that crazy idea about Top Chef, and then the rest is history.
Nice.
But anyways, so for the people who are at home, if you don't know what we're talking about and you just happen to stumble on this is Eric. He's building Bitcoin Mastermind in Top Builder. He potentially could be in the top 5. Who knows? We don't know yet. We're going to find out. Eric has to get all his stuff submitted before Friday morning, and we're going to make a decision. But there's a possibility where he could be the top builder in Bitcoin, win 15K in Bitcoin, win the trophy, hang it up high, and this is what I'm saying. If you're interested in any of this, check out his project, Bitcoin Mastermind. It's everywhere. And then also, if you're interested in seeing him possibly, and everybody else who's going to be in the top 5 in the final round, compete against each other in front of an audience and live, come to SatsBuy on March 14th, 2024, this year, in a couple weeks. We're going to do it live, and these 5 teams are going to compete, and we're going to find the next top builder. It's going to be amazing. Eric, thank you for coming on today. Thank you for sharing your project. Thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah, thank you, Carr. Thank you to Pleb Lab, and this top builder thing's so cool. I hope y'all do